Morad Moallem, Moallem.
Okay. And right now, are you concerned about Western perceptions of the risks of the Iranian regime?
I have the same concern as the Western country has about the Iranian regime with respect to not only atomic energy but the rest of the problem like human rights violation and terrorism and everything. Yes.
What's the nature of this regime? When they claim that they're just developing a nuclear program for energy, what's their mentality?
The Middle East is almost one of the center of the energy by itself, like petroleum, gas, and different things. As I was listening to one of the scholar expert on the atomic energy, he was saying that the reason that the Western country has put away the atomic energy for the last 22 years because it's more expensive to produce than the other means they have. And even though, for instance, for United States was about $60 to $65 per unit, I don't know what the unit was, or for Europe it's about $55 per unit. For Iran, it will be $150, $160 per unit. And why somebody in the right or correct mind will go to spend all those money to get the energy which they can get almost a third of the price or less, except they have something other thing in their mind, and that would be atomic bomb.
What's the psychology, in your opinion? Is it a religious psychology? What's in the minds of these mullahs?
I think if you remember, I don't know, you were following those days or not, Khomeini, when he came to power at the beginning, when the war with Iraq started, and a year after the Khorramshahr was released or recaptured by Iranian, the Gulf countries plus some European countries came to Iran and said, we give you $100 billion compensation, and we also will condemn Iraq as a person who has attacked Iran. And Khomeini said, no, this war is a blessing for us, because the path to Jerusalem will go through Baghdad, which is through Karbala, one of the holy city of the Iraq. That I think their intention is to create the Khalifa system, which is the Islamic superpower or the Islamic imperialism or whatever you want to call it, and take over the whole region, and eventually, in my view, destroying or capturing Israel and Jerusalem and everything. And that would be their goal. But in order to reach that goal, they have to have the means, the powers. And one of the best things for them to put them in a good situation would be to have the atomic bomb. And without that, they cannot balance themselves in their mind in order to achieve those goals.
But do you think they just want to possess the nuclear weapon as a deterrent threat against anyone threatening them, or do you think that they would actually use it against Israel or America?
No, you go back to the 27 years or 28 years of the history of the regime. You will see the nature of the regime is destruction and killing. Can you remember any period of time when the regime was in the power, they were doing some construction or constructive work, or the world was ever safe from the beginning up to now? Every time they lived in chaos, they survived in chaos, and they will continue in chaos. In a safe and clean and nice environment, they cannot live. And that the history shows, when they kill thousands and tens of thousands of their own citizens with no reason, simply by demanding freedom, when they attack and capture and imprison and kill the students, who in every country the students are always they're asking for something new, for democracy, for freedom, whatever. When they capture them, they put them in jail, they torture them, even when they are on hunger strike, the late one, Akbar Mohammadi, or the other two of them, Hojat Zamani, Barillah Faiz Madawi, they've been killed in the prison last year. And the killing goes on. Hezbollah is killing in Lebanon, Hamas is killing in Israel, and Jaish al-Mahdi is in Iraq. And a few months ago that a lot of them have been captured in Iraq. But one of them, I think, was Mr. Abbasi, Hassan Abbasi, the theorician of the Islamic regime, who has a tape, has been broadcasted previously, that he claims that he's the guy, one of the guys who built Hezbollah in Lebanon. What was he doing in Iraq? Building another Hezbollah in Iraq? And the nature of the regime, as long as this regime exists, Hamas will exist, Hezbollah will exist, Jaish al-Mahdi will exist, terrorism will exist, threat will exist, because they are playing with the mind and brain of the youngster, and they tell them, if you kill and go kill people, they're infidels, and 70 angels or beautiful ladies are waiting for you in heaven. And I don't know, God knows by now how many of them are being killed, how many more virgin angels we have in the heaven that are waiting for the people. As the newspaper in Denmark somewhere said, that stop. Muhammad says stop. Don't go any further because there's no more angel left to the suicide bomber.
What does his President Ahmadinejad's particular religion teach him or motivate him to do with the power that he has?
I wouldn't look at him as an individual. I look at him as a whole, that they are very dangerous sector of the Islamic Shia, and they believe that one day that the 12th Imam will come, like the Christian says that Jesus will come one day to save the world again, or any other religion. In Islamic Shiite sector, they say the 12th Imam will come and save the people. He believes that he dug 2 wells in Iran, because it says that the history says that the last time when the 12th Imam was disappeared centuries ago, he was thrown into a well. And now he dug 2 wells, and he's trying to put a light from here to that in Kazemain, which is in Iraq, so the 12th Imam will get out from that well, and uses this lighting come all the way to near home, which is a holy city in Iran, and he believes this sort of thing. And unfortunately, one more thing is that when he comes outside and talks about the Holocaust and Israel has to be wiped out from the earth of the face, and the people will think that he's joking. He's not joking. He's telling you whatever is in his mind. And if we take him as a joke, we will be paying a price in future that none of us can afford. We have to take him very serious. He is not alone. He's being supported by a lot of Ayatollahs, and his major support is the Revolutionary Guard, which has been the main tools of the killing of the Iranian people and the people outside the country. And don't forget, he's the guy who has been supplying the killer of Sharafkandi, the Kurdish leader in Austria. He's the guy who's been supplying the Mykonos restaurant in Germany. And he didn't get to this position by doing nothing. He's paid his dues to get up to here. And he will continue paying the dues to those who's working with, like Ayatollah Misbah Yazdi, like Ayatollah Jannati, Khamenei, and the other rest, Waiz Tabasi and the rest.